Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me for part 2 in our series on designing for screen printing. Last week we did our thumbnails, and this week we're going to select one and do a refined sketch of that. So some tools you might want for this, of course, paper, and your paper may be determined by the scale you're going to have your final print at. You can scale down a little bit for this sketch and then refine it in Illustrator later, but you want to make sure you have enough room to include enough detail in your sketch. I like to start with a non-photo blue pencil just to get my general composition down, and then I go in with a pencil, do a little bit more refining, and then finally finish it off with some black ink. So just grab whatever tools you prefer, but those are just the ones that I prefer working with. As you're working through your sketch, you want to focus on composition, the flow of your sketch, how the eye moves around through the composition, and then positive and negative space. And you also want to start thinking about the colors that you're going to be using. How many colors are you using? Of course, it's more expensive to use more colors, so can you accomplish this with semi-transparent inks and get more colors out of it, or are you going with simplistic two-color designs? Just things to think about as you're moving through this. All right, so let's get started by first making our selection. There are a couple reasons for me selecting this specific thumbnail to do a final sketch of. One being that it's more of an art poster and is more painterly than some of the other options. I do like graphic design posters, but I felt for my target audience for this piece that they might like to have something a little more painterly to hang in their homes. I just think it's a better fit overall, and I'm excited to work on this because I really want to use some brush techniques in Illustrator to make this come to life. All right, so let's jump into our sketch. Hey guys, something to keep in mind as you're doing this, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect as long as you're not planning on using this direct to screen for printing. This is just my more or less template that I'm going to pull into Illustrator and then do a lot more detail and fine tuning as we go. I would also like to say that keep it a little bit inside the edges of the paper, so then you can crop things later or move it around a little bit as you see fit. I like to tend to not draw all the way to the edge. I don't want to like run out of room where I need more. So start small. You can always go bigger. One quick thing I wanted to remind everybody, if you are not drawing from something that's in front of you, then definitely collect some reference images of the things you're drawing, whether it be landscapes, animals, people, etc. Just make sure to grab some images so you can use those to inform what you're drawing. Tomorrow we're going to be working on making some Illustrator brushes, so make sure to stay tuned for that and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time.